Hello everyone, welcome to Pepcoding. In this video, we will look at the question valid palindrome 2. Okay, so what is a palindrome? A palindrome is a word that if you read it front way, if you read it like this, or if you read it like this, it will sound or it will read the same. So let's say if I have a word race car, right? Race car. Race car is a palindrome because if you read it like this, you get RACECAR. Okay. Or if you read it like this, you still get RACECAR. Right. Let's say madam. Right. This is also a palindrome because if you read it like this or like this, MADAM, MADAM. Right. You would get the same word. So this is a palindrome. Right. We've done many questions regarding palindrome. Now, but in this question, it is saying that given a string s, return true if the s can be palindrome after deleting at most one character from it. Which means, let's say the given string is abca, right? This string abca. This in this string, you can see that this is not a palindrome, right? You cannot read it the same way if you read it from front or from back, right? You would get abca, and from back you would get acba. But if you remove one character from it, you can get a palindrome, right? If I remove C from it, let's say I remove C from it, okay? I remove this C. Now, after that, my new string will be ABA, right? So this will be my answer. I can say that this string, if I remove a character from this string, I will get a palindrome. So this will be my valid answer, right? So I will return true for this. I will return true here. Okay, let's take another example. Let's say I have A, B, C, right? D, E, C, B, A, right? This is my string, and I have to remove a character, right? So let's say let's read it like this, right? If I read it like this, I will get A, B, C, D, E, C, B, A, right? Or if I read it like this, I will get A, B, C, E, D, C, B, A, right? This is not the same, but if I remove one character from it, if I decide to remove this E from it, right, I will get A, B, C, D, C, B, A. Right now, this is a palindrome. This is a palindrome. But if I decide to remove D as well, right, I will still get a palindrome. A, B, C, A, B, C, E, C, B, A. Right, this is also a palindrome. So this is a valid answer. Now this is also a valid answer because if I remove a character from it, I will get a palindrome, right? Now let's take another example. Let's say I have A, B, C, D, E, F, E, H, C, B, A, right? I have this as my as my example. Now in this string, if you remove like here, if we remove D or if we removed E, we would get an answer. But here, if you try to remove a string, right? If you try to remove if you try to remove a character, let's say you try to remove this D here, right? You will get A, B, C, E, F, E, H, C, B, A, right? This is still not a palindrome because you have this H here, right? But if you decide to remove this H, if you decide to remove this H, you will get A, B, C, D, E, F, E, C, B, A. Now this is still not a palindrome because you get this D, right? You will start here. You'll start here. You will get A, B, C, D, E, F, E, C, B, A. If you read it from the front, and if you read it from the back, you will get A, B, C, E, F, E, D, C, B, A. Right? This is not the same. So here you can see that for this string, if you remove any character, if you remove this or this character, it doesn't really matter because this will still not be a palindrome. Okay, so I will return false in this case. So what is going to be the approach for this question? Like how will I solve this question? This might be clear already because we have done this because in the example test case only, we were doing the same thing. Let's take this example only. Okay, so let's say we have A, B, C, D, E, F, E, H, C, B, A. Right? This is my test case. Now, I will have two pointers, I here and J here. Right? I will have two pointers and I will move these two pointers if my characters are same. Right? So here A and A are equal. So I will increase my I and I will decrement my J. Okay, now B and B are equal. I will increment my I and decrement my J. Okay, now C and C are equal. I'll increment my I, I'll decrement my J. Now D and H are unequal, right? Now I and J are unequal. So I have two cases, right? I can have two things. One, if I remove D, right? Because I know that the string till here is a palindrome, right? This is a palindrome, but I need to check for the inner string, right? And now the string that has reduced is this one, right? Or uh, this string, right? This is my reduced string. Now I need to check if this string is a palindrome or not, or if this string is a palindrome or not if I remove a character, right? So if I remove D, I will get E, F, E, H. Right? This is not a palindrome. Not a palindrome. Not a palindrome. Right? And if I remove H, I will get D, E, F, E. Right? If I remove this H, I will get D, E, F, E. Right? So this is also not a palindrome. So I will, what is my approach? I'll just take two iterators I and J, and I will iterate through the string, right? And I will remove, I will check if the two characters are same. Once they are unequal, at this moment they are unequal, right? So I will give them two chances, right? That you can be a palindrome if I remove one character from you, right? If I remove this leftmost character, or if I remove this rightmost character, right? So if I remove, I'm just removing them from the leftmost and the rightmost because at that point only they are unequal, right? So I need to check if I remove one of them, will it be a valid string, right? Will it be a valid palindrome? So uh, this is my approach. I'll do the same thing. Let's take another example. Let's say I have here, let's write it here. A, B, C, let's write this A, B, C, D, E, F, E, D, H, C, B, A. Right? Now I have this character, or I have this, and I will do the same thing. I will have I here, and I will have J here. Right? Now I have these two pointers. You will see that A and A are equal, right? I and J, the value at I and J are equal. So I'll increment my I, decrement my J. I and A are equal, I and J are equal, I'll increment my I, decrement my J. I and J are equal, increment my I, decrement my J. Now I have two choices. Here they are unequal, right? Now I have this string. I have this string to work with. Now in this string, I can remove either this D or either this H, right? If I remove, if I remove D, if I remove D, I will get E, F, E. I will get E, F, E, D, H. Right? Now this is not a palindrome. Not a palindrome. Right? Or if I remove, this was my first case. And if I remove H, if I remove this H, I remove the D first, right? And I got E, F, E, D, H, which is not a palindrome. But if I remove H, I will get D, E, F, E, D. Now this is a palindrome. This is a valid palindrome, right? This is a palindrome. So I will return true for this case, because if I can remove this edge, I will get a valid palindrome, right? I will get D, E, F, E, D if I remove this edge. So this is my correct answer, or I can say that this is a valid palindrome string. Okay, so this is pretty simple. Now I'm just going to make 2 pointers, and I will iterate through my string, and I will check if they are equal. If they are not equal, at that point I'm going to give them two chances that I'll remove either one of you, and if any one of you gives me true, I will say that yes, you are a valid palindrome string. If one of you if both of you give me false, then I will say that no, you're not a valid palindrome string. Okay, let's code this. Okay, so the first thing is I need I, which is 0, and j, which will be at the end, right? Now, while I is less than j, I can only have two cases. That if the character at I, so s dot char at I, is equals to s dot char at a or s dot char at j. If they are equal, then I will do something, else I'll do something else, right? So if they are equal, I'll increment my I and decrement my j. But if they are not equal, I will give them a chance, right? That I will say return, I will give them a chance that if you're a palindrome, I will make a function is palindrome which will return me true or false, right? I will pass my string, then I will pass I plus 1 because I will skip that character, right? Here it is not actually removing the character. I'm saying I'll skip that character, right? So if I skip D, if I want to skip D, here. So if I want to skip D, I will start this string from I plus 1, right? If I start the string from I plus 1, I will say that I have skipped this D, right? If I want to skip this H, so I will start from J minus 1, right? I will go from I till J minus 1. And if I want to skip this D, I will start from I plus 1 till J, right? So I plus 1 till J, or is palindrome S I comma j minus 1, right? And if this whole thing's run, if this whole thing runs and I don't get an answer, will simply return true, because here if I got a answer from here, right? If I got both falses here, then it would simply return false from here only, right? And if this runs completely fine, then I know that it is already a valid palindrome. I can return true. Okay, so also public static boolean now is palindrome, right? String s. Okay, so now I will take my I. Okay, so is in this is palindrome function, I have two things, right? Or three things: int I and int j. So string I and j. Now if while I is less than j, here I'm simply just checking while I is less than j, if s dot char at is equals to s dot char at j, then I'll return true from here, or not true, but I'll not return something. I'll just increment my I and decrement my j, right? Else I'll return false, because I'm not giving a chance here, right? I'm giving a chance, and now I'm checking if that small string, if that substring is a valid palindrome or not, right? So this will return false if it is not a palindrome, and if this runs completely fine, then I can say that this is a palindrome, so I'll return true from. Okay, this looks fine. Now let's submit this code. It is accepted. Let's submit this. Okay, it is the right answer. So I hope you understand this question. If you don't, I would suggest rewatch the part which you don't understand. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.